Here's something I've been thinking about lately. It's simple, really. If everyone around you is running in one direction, maybe the smartest thing you can do is stop and ask yourself why. I'm not saying be difficult for the sake of it. I'm just saying don't let the noise decide for you. I'm going to be 70 next year, and I can tell you this much. Most people spend their whole lives doing what they think they're supposed to do. They follow the script. Go to school, get the job, climb the ladder, keep up with the neighbors. And somewhere along the way, they forget to ask themselves what they actually want, what their soul is trying to tell them. Because believe me, there is a calling in each of us, something we came here to do. But the world is very good at drowning it out. When I was younger, in my 20s mostly, I tried to fit in. I really did. I worked jobs that didn't make sense to me. I spent time with people who didn't see me. I followed all the rules because I thought that's what you did. And I was miserable. Not dramatically miserable. Just that quiet kind of lost where you wake up every day and think, this doesn't feel right. I wasn't being true to myself. And the worst part was, I knew it. Deep down, I knew I was off course. But I kept going anyway because I was afraid. Afraid of failing. Afraid of being different. Afraid of not having enough money or security or approval. That fear was running the show. Here's the thing about logic. Logic is fine. We need it. You can't navigate life without some kind of reasoning. But somewhere along the way, and I think this happened to a lot of us, we started to believe that everything has to make sense on paper, that life is supposed to follow some neat, straight line. Get this degree, then get this job, then buy this house, then retire at this age. It's all very tidy, but life isn't tidy. And when you try to force it into these logical little boxes, you end up killing the very thing that makes you alive. The soul doesn't work on a spreadsheet. It doesn't care about your 5-year plan. It just wants to breathe. What changed for me was learning to listen, not to the world, but to that quiet voice inside. The one that shows up when you're still, when you're not filling every second with noise and tasks and distractions. I started paying attention to signs, little things, a conversation that felt meaningful, a place that made me feel something, a decision that didn't make logical sense but felt right anyway. And slowly, very slowly, I started to follow those signs. It wasn't some big dramatic shift. It was just me every day choosing to honor what felt true instead of what felt safe. I grew up in the mountains, Kashmir, in the foothills of the Himalayas, and I think that shaped me more than anything else. When you grow up surrounded by that kind of beauty, these huge ancient mountains, these forests that go on forever, you feel small. Not in a bad way, in a way that reminds you that you're part of something much bigger. You see nature doing its thing, completely indifferent to human plans and schedules, and you realize, maybe I don't need to have it all figured out. Maybe abundance isn't about having more. Maybe it's about feeling full right where you are. That place taught me that. I never felt like I was missing anything when I was there. Everything around me was so rich. The air, the sounds, the colors, the way the light hit the trees in the morning. And that feeling stayed with me. Even when I moved away, even when I got caught up in all the nonsense of trying to make a life, that memory was there, reminding me that I already had everything I needed. Not because I'd earned it or achieved it, but because it was already part of me. You know what kills people? Mundanity, the endless little chores, the routine that never changes, the sense that you're just going through the motions day after day, until one day you look up and realize you forgot to actually live. That's what happens when fear takes over. When you're so busy trying to avoid failure that you never take a risk. When you're so focused on what could go wrong that you miss what's right in front of you. I'm not afraid of dying. I don't say that to sound brave. I say it because it's true. We all come here with a two-way ticket. We arrive, we live, and then we leave. That's the deal. But most people act like they're going to be here forever, so they put off the things that matter. They say, I'll do that later. I'll live my life once I have more time, more money, more security. But later doesn't come. Or it does, and by then it's too late. I tell my granddaughter we're made of stardust. She loves that. She says, I want to be a stardust. And I say, you already are, because we are. Every atom in our bodies came from a star that exploded billions of years ago. We're just borrowing this shape for a little while. This body, this life, it's temporary. We're here to experience something, to learn something, to feel something, and then we go back to the stars, back to the earth, back to the same energy we came from. That's not sad to me, it's peaceful. It means I don't have to hold on so tight. I don't have to make everything perfect or prove anything to anyone. I just have to live, really live. Listen to my own rhythm, follow my own calling, and trust that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So if I could leave you with anything, it's this. Don't wait. Don't spend your whole life trying to fit into someone else's idea of what you should be. Don't let fear make your decisions. Listen to that voice inside you, the one that knows, the one that's been trying to get your attention for years. It's still there. Underneath all the noise, underneath all the logic and the worry and the endless to-do lists, it's there. And it's been waiting for you to pay attention. You came here for a reason. You have something only you can do. So do it before you run out of time. Before you wake up one day and realize you spent your whole life preparing to live instead of actually living. We're all just stardust dancing for a little while. Make sure your dance is yours.